you can go walk, like we'll walk right next to the roller coaster that they're building.
Oh, cool.
And so I'm like, wow, like this is crazy that they're gonna do it.
That's what's so funny because like, I mean, I love my kids. So like when people say, hey, what do you do for fun? I'm like, yeah, I hang out with my family.
I was kind of curious to see like how I can utilize that here at my job. Cause I'm like, everyone needs everything to be easier.
Well, and it's like, if you can automate and systemize things, the hard part is like, the hard part to me, and I've even seen this just with taking it, like just taking the article, posting the link into chat saying, write the script. Even with that, sometimes you get and you're like, what the fuck did you just do? That's not what it is.
Yeah.
And so like
it's not always correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So like my wife did a couple and she put one out and she's like, hey, so I did one on Switch over there off of, I'm like, honey, the Switch opened like 8 months ago. What? No, it said it was just opening as they're breaking ground. I go, oh no, they broke ground like 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, she was all mortified. I go, who cares? I go, no one cares. I said, the Instagram stuff is almost white noise to begin with.
Yeah.
They're scroll. So anyway.
No, that's true. It's funny though, because I use chat for like a lot of things here. And so I had it like fix one of my emails.
Yep.
Like you always want to just sound better.
Yeah.
So I didn't proofread it. I should have.
Yeah.
And so then everyone was like, you said Wednesday. And I was like, no, it's Thursday. Yeah. And chat wrote Wednesday. Yep. And so then I was like, chat, you gave me the wrong day. Yep. Like I go back and tell them, I'm like, you were wrong. Yeah. And it's like, I'm so sorry, Serena.
And that's so funny. You're like talking like a person. Like I do that all the time. And actually, like on mine, and you've probably done this too. So I probably do 7,000 prompts a month in chat.
No, literally same. Even just personal life where like it has different projects.
It has my persona.
Yeah.
Like, so when it writes me something, it'll be like, okay, so I want to write it like this. And so sometimes my wife is actually doing work for me. She'll be like, okay, do this, use Jeff's persona, but just maybe a little less Jeff on this one.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's so weird.
No, it is so funny. It's funny the way mine talks to me too. And like, I remember one time I was talking to it and it was literally like, girl, like, and I was like,
exactly.
Yeah. But I try to tell it now. I'm like, don't enable me because I feel like it agrees with everything.
Oh, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, tell me when I'm wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
I work on a project. I'm like, hey, that's a great idea. That's the perfect time.
Yeah.
And then you do something, you're like, well, shit, that was a horrible time. Hey, this time didn't work at all. Oh, yeah. The best time to do it is this time. Yeah, but you said,
told me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you do have to be on it. You can't just like, it's not, and that's what this new agent thing I think is. This is their beta, so I have a feeling it's not going to be.
Yeah.
Like what I want it to be is like, I want you to do this. Here's your instructions, and then I can just like wash my hands and move on. But it's not going to be that.
Just get a Tesla robot to be next to you. That's so crazy, man. What a world we live in. Well, welcome back to the Premium Perspective. I'm so glad.
Hey, we're not doing headphones anymore. Are we done with headphones?
No headphones. Yeah, we don't have headphones this time. I mean, unless you want them, we can do them. But
no, I'm good with
okay, good. No, I feel like it's not as comfortable.
Yep.
And so when I got my that guy to come and help me, I'm gonna give him a shout out. Isaac, he helped me out. Isaac Bauer came and helped me with the setup, and now we don't need headphones anymore.
Good job, Isaac.
Yeah. So this is Jeff Miller. Thank you for joining me again. This is his second time, and so God bless you for coming back because we had a malfunction, but.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you're a great time. So just give me a life update real quick. Like, what have you been up to since I last saw you?
Well, let's see. I mean, if you talk about work, the joy of the real estate market right now, right, is crazy. Yeah. So, and I mean, there's business. There's work to be done. But, it's been one of the more challenging times. It kind of weeds out the, let's say, the not strong of heart people. I mean, it definitely weeds them out a little bit because it's been more challenging than normal. So real estate, still got plenty of work, busy there. I got some side projects with real estate that I've been doing, which we can talk about. And, life, kids are out for the summer. So, of course, they think, being a realtor, you know what your kids think when you're a realtor?
What?
Dad doesn't really have a job. So they come to the office and go, hey, Dad, can we do this? I'm like, y'all, like, I'm working. Yeah, but it's summer and we're not. Like, yeah, that's not how it works.
Yeah, you're like, adults don't get summer vacation.
So that, but we've had some fun this summer. I mean, obviously it's been a weird summer with the weather and the heartbreaking flooding down in Kerrville and obviously up in the north too. But it's been, I mean, I don't even know if we've seen 100 degrees this summer.
So it's so funny you say that because literally I was just talking about that with my cousin the other day. And then right before you got here, so we partner with Austin Child Guidance Center and also Breakthrough 2ND, but we were at Austin Child Guidance Center today right before you got here. Like, it just got back and it was Ross and I and then one of our new hires named Alex that went. And so every quarter we donate to them and we went to go take them our Q2 check. And so we gave Alex a tour since he hadn't been, and we were just like, this is who we partner with. But we're outside in the garden, and she was like talking, and she was like, I'm so sorry that, I have you guys out here because it's like kind of hot. But I was like, you know what? Like, it hasn't even peaked 100
No,
yet. Like,
no.
and then I said that, and Ross was like, why did you say that?
Yes,
Like,
yesterday
he
was
was
the
like, it
closest
gets
it's been.
hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all your fault.
Yeah, he was literally like, I'm coming back for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoops, I shouldn't have
Well,
said
it
anything.
will. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just been a weird summer with it being so on
Yeah.
the, well, for our purposes, cool side.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
also like they're saying places are not usually like cold, or they are cooler. They're getting hot, and
Yeah.
so it's just like that climate change, I
Yeah,
guess,
I guess
is going
so.
on. Yeah, it's very
Guess so.
interesting though, because I did see that we're gonna have I think a cold front coming.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, I like it. I like this weather.
Yeah, I figure there's nothing you can do about it, right?
Yeah.
I barely even listen to the weatherman. I figure I look outside, that's what it is.
That's me too. I really
Yep.
don't ever like. I'll use the weather app on my iPhone, and I'm just okay. How do I dress today?
Right, exactly.
Or what do I pack in the car? Can it be like
Exactly.
cold in the morning, hot by 4,
Exactly.
like pack another
Yeah.
outfit?
So that's been summer so far. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty simple.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, my
know?
kids are out of school right now too, but for the month of July, they go with their dad.
Okay.
So I've been kid free for the month of July.
Oh wow.
It's actually been really nice. And I'm like, I know some people are like, I miss your kids. And I do miss my kids. I love them. But I'm like, wow, I get to be like a regular person that
Yes.
like after work, I'm like, I just go and I'm like, okay, I can do whatever I want right now. So I just
So,
like, go
so like it's a different world, right? And,
No,
and
different
that's what's so
world.
funny because like I mean I love my kids. So like when people say, "Hey, what do you do for fun?" I'm like, "Yeah, I hang out with my family."
Yeah.
Well, have you seen this new bar? No, haven't been to this new bar. Like you had the other podcaster or the other guest the other day, where she was talking about the different bars she goes to and the
Yeah.
different social events. I'm like, yeah, that's not me. I go
Yeah.
home.
No, I know.
I go home play catch with my son. That's literally my entertainment. So I know where all these places are. I know about them. If my kids go with my wife to visit family, I call my friends. But generally speaking, it's home with the kids and playing in the backyard and hanging out in the back porch.
Yeah, no, literally it was funny because that day that she was going
Yeah.
out, she invited me afterwards, and I was like, well, I have my kids today, so I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
So I know that I have both the best of both worlds, I guess, and so
Yeah.
it's nice.
That's cool.
But it's and good for you though, because then it's like your niche kind of is like the Family Guy, and so then I was just talking to someone about this the other day, where there's just also Austin is still very family oriented, and now there's a
Yeah.
lot of new restaurants and stuff coming
Yeah.
with like outdoor things
Yeah.
for kids, and even like breweries and coffee
Right.
shops, and so now you can just like
Texas is like the one state where you just take your kids, pack them up, take them to the bar, basically.
Yeah, no, literally.
And all my friends like back west, they're like, "I'm sorry, you took your kids where?" I'm like, "We went to dinner, just a bar." But in places where other friends of mine live, that would never happen.
Yeah.
But in Texas, it's like that's all. It's good. It's a
yeah,
family.
it's a
No big deal.
normal.
Yeah.
No, but it's crazy too, because like literally, I don't know if you've ever been to like a Meanwhile brewery or like those are good ones to take your kiddos to, because it's literally a brewery, and the kids are just playing, running outside. And now there's one that I really like and I always tell people about. It's south though, off of Manchac. It's called The Hive.
Okay,
Actually, I
I've
talked
heard
about
of
it in another podcast
Yeah,
with somebody.
I have actually heard of the Hive.
Yeah, I'm like, they need to make me an ambassador or something, because I always tell people about them. But they're like owner is a mom, and so they have I think they cater more to like working parents. Obviously,
Okay.
like outside they have like a little playground, but like even for like they have like stuff for the toddlers, and then inside you have your people working, and then outside they still have like a little bar.
Oh,
And,
that's cool.
yeah, so it's really nice because it's like I would go there in the summer. I was going to school at like one point, and then I was like, I don't need school anymore. And so I stopped. But there was a time when I was going to school right before I started working at He and Bennett, and I would take my kids there while I was like working on my school stuff.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Now I work for stuff for HBI. I do
There you
marketing
go.
still.
Same stuff. Isn't
Then
that
I go,
funny?
yeah.
Hey, you're an Austinite, so you might. Do you remember Shady Grove?
I remember it, but I don't think I ever went.
Okay, so Shady Grove is like the coolest place. Barton Springs Drive. I don't you maybe think of this.
I've heard of it.
It closed during COVID because it had been around for a long time and what they were being charged, what they couldn't do. Anyway, so they closed, and it's like an icon, like it's an iconic place in Barton Springs area. So I just saw they're opening a new one called A Little Shady.
Really?
And it's down in like it's gonna be like in either Buda or Kyle. I feel like it was Buda.
Oh,
But it
that's
could
an
be-
interesting spot
But
to
yeah,
do it.
yeah. So one of the two owners is they decided to reopen it. It's like honestly, those are the places like when you think of Austin's history, it's like that's just heartbreaking that it was gone. People who are new to the area wouldn't even
Yeah.
know or
They
remember
wouldn't
Shady
know.
Grove is.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, it's crazy.
That is crazy. But also Buda and Kyle, they're like popping
Exploding.
off
They
right
are
now.
exploding
Yeah.
down
And
there.
so you do a lot of the
Yeah.
surrounding areas. Are you out there a lot in Buda and Kyle
So
area?
I'm not. I mean, I do business down there, but it's so funny you said because, and this is just my. You're a North Ender or you're a South Ender,
Yeah.
and you meet in Austin, right? And I
Yeah.
really think that's true. I think it's true of a lot of cities.
Yeah.
Well, my family and I, we live in Round Rock, so we're North Enders, and we come obviously down to Austin. But it's funny because I have other friends who are, I call them South Enders. They live in
Yeah.
San Marcos, they live in Kyle, they live in Circle C, and
Yeah.
that's just where they live. Like you live down the
I
Eastern
live by
Park
Eastern Park.
area. I
Yeah.
mean, so that's you're all South Enders as far as I'm concerned,
No, I
right?
am a South Ender.
And
I love
so,
it.
so I've done business down there, but like it's not my wheelhouse. My wheelhouse is really Austin, Austin North, like all the communities, and then like Austin, and then like out to the west, like Dripping Springs and
Yeah.
Spicewood,
Leander and stuff like
Lago, places
that.
like that.
Okay.
So yeah, so I don't go down there very often because it's always like if you lived in a city like Houston, you'd be like, that's not very far a drive.
Yeah.
But living in Austin, you're like, oh man, that could be like a 40-minute drive.
No, it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So you haven't really gone out there like too much then, just a little bit.
I've closed several deals out there just in this last year, and generally, so I know the area. Kyle is just off the rails right now, with restaurants and retail and
My cousin, so I don't really, even though I'm South Ender, I was just telling someone this other day too, like I am more of a central person. I love to be downtown, I
Yeah.
love to be at Soker Barton, but then I come here for work, and so I come to like these little places
Yep.
around here.
Yeah.
And, what was I saying?
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say that I don't really go farther south than I live, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's your
Yeah,
border,
my
where you
brain just,
live.
like,
I go
blanked
from
out.
where I live to Austin. I get
Yeah,
it. I
exactly.
totally
But
get
my
it. I
cousin
do.
does live in Kyle, and so I do visit her a lot.
Yeah.
And so I was driving out there to Kyle, and I was like, wow, they have now like all the restaurants that are in Central Austin, like they're bringing them out there. And
Yeah.
so it's interesting. And then I saw too that they're getting like a whole $1 million development that they got going on. And so I'm just like, okay,
It's gonna be
Kyle is growing.
It's going to be its own thing. I mean, back in the day, Kyle and Buda were just a drive-by.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you
little
know.
countryside.
Right. Not anymore.
No.
And Buda too. Buda is actually blowing up in the real estate world.
Really?
If you go off of 35 and you head east,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, yeah, just building massive developments. It's good and bad. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it's what I do for a living, so it's good for my business, but breaks my heart because it just some of that great farm country is just
Yeah, like going away, like you don't see
Yep.
it anymore. I think
Yeah.
of that too. Like even where I live, Easton Park area, I remember as a kid, because I've always like been
Yeah.
born and raised in Austin, and so I was always south in that same area. And I remember when it was just like literally hay, like it was a giant field of
Right.
just like hay bales.
Yep.
And now I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's so different. But I love it. Like a lot of people, a lot of locals, of course, they want to move further out in the surrounding areas and
No.
they don't like the change. But I don't know. I guess I'm just very social and I like to do things.
It's the price of progress. It's inevitable.
Yeah,
mean,
I get it.
but it's like Austin just wasn't built to be a big city, so there's some definitely growing pains. Whereas some Dallas and Houston, some of those cities, I mean, they've been big forever.
Yeah, and international. And so now it's kind of like we're probably going to get
We're
there.
on,
We're on our way.
We're on the way. Make it or not, we are on the way.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
And then
for
we
sure.
have too like Coda and all those places
Yep.
that make it like that.
In Coda, I don't know if they ever finished the amusement park out there, but I know they were building an amusement
They
park out
are.
in Coda.
So
Yeah.
my son plays soccer for BSA FC. They just opened
okay.
up it like right there at
Yeah.
Coda because they have a Round Rock location
Yep.
and now that one. And so literally like I see it and I get like sometimes I always tell everyone I'm like, oh, I'm going to Caleb's soccer practice, but I'm getting a concert too because like we can hear like everything
yeah.
going on. But so you can go walking, and so during his practice
Okay.
I'll go walking and you can go walk, like we'll walk right next to the roller coaster that they're
Okay.
building.
Oh, cool.
And so I'm like, wow, like this is crazy that they're gonna do it. But also I feel like it's not that big. So I'm like, how are they gonna fit all that here?
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see, but it seems like if there's land anywhere, something's being built.
Yeah.
I mean, Round Rock where I live is like, it feels like it feels like yesterday there was, 40,000 people in Round Rock, and now there's like 140,000 people.
Yeah. I know a
And
lot
it-
of people also that live out
And
around
it's crazy, and then all the tech that's coming. So Round Rock is really going to take over kind of like the Silicon suburb of the Austin area, I think, with some of the companies that are doing the data mining and all that stuff they're doing out there. It's
Yeah.
really building crazy.
Man, it's crazy. We're gonna get
Probably because
so
of
many
Dell. I mean,
people.
really, Dell was really the first,
That opened
30
up
years
over there.
ago.
Yeah.
And now all these AI companies are starting to build like warehouses and stuff in Round Rock.
My goodness.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a lot of tech bros.
Dude, and actually I do, it's funny you asked, like I do a ton of business with that crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe because I'm very like I'm very numbers driven. Like I'm
Uh-huh.
very OCD about stuff like that. Like I'm very relational, but I'm also very like, okay, this is the margin. If you look at this, you compare the price to the actual sold. And I go through all these numbers, and a lot of tech people like that techie stuff because they
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's data. And so I actually do. I would say probably half my people are in obviously we're in that market, but
Mm-hmm.
half my people
Yeah.
are relocators, typically single
Yeah.
in the tech industry,
Really?
first time home buyers, or just they live somewhere else, they're moving here and they buy it. Yeah, it's weird. I
How do
don't know
they
why.
find you? Do they ever see like stuff or
Most
comment?
of it's YouTube. Yeah, I
Really?
mean, so most of it's YouTube, a decent amount of Instagram, and then obviously
Word
referral
of
because
mouth.
if one moves here, like one techie for who works for
They're like, hey, man,
Amazon, one moves
Jeff.
here, he's like, oh yeah, Jeff was my realtor. He did a great job. Here, I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
So I constantly get calls like, oh, do you mind if I refer you to my friend who's moving here from Louisiana? I'm like, no, that's wonderful. Obviously, that's what I
Yeah, like
love.
that's what I
Yes, that's
want.
what I
Thank
love.
you.
Yes, I'd rather do that than cold call people. So, which
Yeah.
I won't do. So yeah.
You said
So
you won't do
I
cold
won't
calls?
know. No, I mean, my first year in real estate, so everyone thinks real estate's glorious and glamorous. And
Selling
what,
Sunset and all those
yeah, oh my
shows.
gosh, yeah. So before I ever got into real estate, my wife liked watching all those shows.
Huh.
And the funny thing is, I didn't like them even then.
I like them.
And yeah,
I dated a realtor and I would watch
it can be a
it.
guilty pleasure. It can be. And after getting real estate, I remember like a year, and I told my wife, I said, "Shoot, it's nothing like those shows." And
No, they just showed the like
it's
drama that
they
we
show
like
the
to watch.
surface, the
Yeah.
fun surface. That fun is mostly staged and all that. But I mean,
Hmm.
real estate's a grind, and that's what people realize when you get into real estate. It's just a grind, and
Yeah.
but you got to learn it. And then so that first year, I didn't know anybody. Like my sphere of influence was probably 10 people, and 8 of them were probably friends. So I really had.
Yeah.
So the company I was with was like, "Hey, we'll give you a list of people you can call." And I was like, you're hungry enough,
Okay.
man. You'll make the phone calls.
Yeah, that's so
And
true.
I was hungry enough, so I made the phone calls, built up a good base of business, and then just kind of now I'm like, yeah,
I'm not gonna do
I'd
that
rather not do
anymore.
that.
Yeah.
Honestly, social media is such a stronger
It
avenue these
is, yeah.
days, if you do it right.
Yeah. And it's like the video content and all
Yeah.
that people like. They just want to watch something, but they want it to be quick and to the point and yeah.
And as you're doing it, you sort of plant those seeds. They get to know you. I mean, I have people who see my videos on YouTube, and the funny thing, and kind of cool actually, and I think anybody would tell you this if they do this for the part of their businesses. A lot of times people will call me, and they'll pretty much say, "Hey, looking to buy a house? Okay, well, are you looking to interview realtors?" No, I've watched like 6 of your videos. No, you're our guy. I'm like,
Oh wow.
oh, okay. Yeah, they're like, we feel like we know you already. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh
And
wow,
so it
that's
gives them
so
a chance to get
cool.
to know you because,
Yeah.
like, I am sarcastic.
Yeah.
I am cynical. I am transparent.
Mhm.
I am all these things, right? My wife sometimes goes, "You need to be less of those things," but I can't. That's who I am.
No, you should
And,
be
and so
like
I'm
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I am. And so the people who connect with that, they see me on the video and they're like, "Oh, hey, this guy's kind of a smart ass," but he tells it like it is, and yet he knows his stuff, and they'll reach out, and that's cool because in a way, and everyone says this too, and it's true. You weed out those people who you might not want to work with,
Yeah, I've
right?
talked about this with a lot of realtors
Yeah,
already. It's just
yeah,
like being yourself, that authenticity that drives people to want you
yeah.
to work with you. And then even like last time we were saying that like it's just like black and white and it's just like transactional. And then people are
Yeah,
like, I don't even remember who my realtor is.
yeah.
I'm like, that's so
Which is
sad.
so
It
sad. Oh my
is. I'm like,
gosh.
y'all are helping with the biggest decision in
Yeah,
a person's life. Like
yeah.
buying a home is such a big deal.
See, I think it's transactional. In my opinion, it's transactional when either one, the realtor doesn't really care.
Just want to make them.
And I'm just going to say, I don't care. 80% of the realtors out there, they don't care.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know I probably piss off a few realtors when I say that, but it's true. They don't. They are transactional realtors. They just want to get paid. They might pretend or play the game like they care.
Yeah.
But that inauthenticity comes through pretty quickly,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then the other ones, like I consider myself one. I love my clients.
Yeah.
I love getting to know them. That's one of the funnest parts of my job is actually building these cool relationships. And I have stayed in touch. And I told you this last time we talked. I've stayed in touch with every client I've ever had.
Yeah.
Now, some of them we weren't like besties, but they still get a text from me or they still get a little gift from me. I like to drop off gifts at their house, say, hey, I hope it's going well. Happy spring. Here's a little plant. Don't kill it. And,
Yeah.
I love to do that. I can't go visit all my clients. It's like impossible.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to do as much as I can because I think you've got the two aspects. You can stay in touch through social media, which is awesome
Yeah.
because you can have way more touches.
Yeah.
But then you also stay in touch in the real world, which for a lot of people, maybe over the age of 30, is really like appreciated.
Yeah, because
know?
those people, of course, like grew up without the technology the
Yeah.
way it is, and so
Yeah.
it's just like, oh wow, you actually came to my house.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. Like last time when you told me, you were like, I actually showed up to their house and like
Yeah.
take them stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow,
And again,
that is different.
it's a lot to do that. It's not like it's a legit effort to do it. But to me, it's worth it because like I said, I really like these clients. I really like my clients are awesome.
Yeah.
and some people, oh, well, they refer you business. Some of them clients have had for years, have never referred me anybody.
Yeah.
And I don't care. That's fine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if they ever need me, I'm there. And so to me, that's what's important. Now, if I only did it that way, it would be like impossible to connect with everybody, right?
Yeah.
So that's where the other aspect of technology is awesome to be able to
Mm-hmm.
shoot a text
Mm-hmm.
or
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 call.
a phone call or to connect with through Instagram or,
Yeah.
so like if I see their stories, I try to, and I mean, good realtors try to be friends. I
Mm-hmm.
think of them as more than just clients. So
Yeah, it's
if we,
like following each other on
if
social
we could, yeah,
media.
so if I can hit them up on like I see a post and they're like their kid just had a birthday, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're getting a message,
Oh yeah, like hey, happy
and,
birthday to
and
your son.
not a comment on the post. Like
Ah.
to me, I'm sorry, that's a lame ass low bar way to do it.
Yeah.
It's like when you have your birthday, and I took my birthday off social media.
See who
I'm like,
remembers
if
your
y'all know my
birthday.
birthday, then you hit me up. But I don't need 100 happy birthday. I don't
Yeah.
need. So when I see a post from a client and it says like, hey, my gosh, my son just got accepted to A&M. At first I want to say, oh, I'm sorry, but I actually don't.
That's
But
funny.
then I'll DM them, right, or
Uh-huh.
I'll text them directly and say, hey, I saw your post about Billy getting into A&M. Congrats, but by the way, hook them, and then move on from there. So, and I
Yeah.
think those little extra things, I think they go a long ways
No, they really
if they're
do. It's more
genuine.
personalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because also, I was just telling someone this the other day too. I'm like, man, I've been telling people a lot
You
of
talk to a lot
things.
of people.
Yeah, I have a lot of these conversations,
Yes.
but social media, like with the birthday thing, it's just like if I didn't have Facebook, I probably would have forgotten some people's
Yeah.
birthdays. And I'm like, man, I need to start like with the people that I genuinely care
Yeah.
about, like writing it in my calendar
Yeah.
and then reaching out and saying, hey, happy birthday, because it's just so much more meaningful. And
Yeah.
then as you get older too, you just appreciate those things
Yeah.
and you see the importance of it. Like I remember when I was young, well, I am young, but
Yeah.
younger, I was just like, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see it on Facebook and I'll remember that way. But then when you get to finally see like the importance of maintaining and just maintaining your relationships and being intentional.
Yeah, being intentional is important. See, what's cool about that though, because you can actually, so it can't, it's not like you can win because you see it on Facebook, right? Because some people just love about everything on Facebook, right? And
Yeah.
that's fine. You can see it there. But then if you take the extra step and respond more personally, that resonates a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like it can be a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
What doesn't resonate, at least in my book, and maybe because I'm older, I'm not young like yourself, is when I just get a bunch of random. It's even bad now. You don't have to even type happy birthday,
You put
right?
a
Or it gives you the little thing like
oh
it's
yeah, it's
Julie's
auto
birthday, and you
generated.
just
Like
click on the one you want to say.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, could that be less personal?
You literally
Yeah.
just like
You,
type in the box and
yeah.
it
Which
up.
one do I want? The with the cake or the happy birthday with the beer glasses and
Balloons,
the
yeah.
balloon? I'll take that one.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, for some people, hey, that works. I don't judge. I mean,
Yeah.
but for me, I like to be a little more intentional, a little more authentic, a little more
Mm-hmm.
connected when I can.
Yeah.
I think it makes a big difference. I do.
Well, yeah, because social media is just like taking over.
Yeah.
And so it's just like
When we've all
not
kind of gotten, so many people in the social media world, because it is so easy,
Mhm.
have gotten like that tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And then, it scares me a little bit for the future because I think we need to be relational. And like if we turned off social media and just related with people around us, it'd be a better world.
No, 100%. And everyone would be more present.
Yep, more present. Yeah. Oh yeah. You ever? I took my daughter with a client. We went out to lunch a few weeks back, and we walk in this restaurant, great little barbecue place. We walk in, and my daughter is 9, and I'm like, "Well, bring a book." So
Yeah.
she brought a little book that she's reading. So we walk in there, and there was no less than 8 other kids in her age bracket there, and we sat down, and my client goes, "Look around." I'm like, so I'm looking around. I go, "What?" He goes, "Your daughter's the only one not plugged into tech right now."
Wow.
I go, "She's got a book, bro." And he's like, "That is awesome."
No, but it is.
Yeah, and,
Because,
and then she heard him and she looked around. She's like, she just started laughing, and she's not. And don't get me wrong, my kids love tech, but there's got to be some balance. And
no, yeah.
but all the other kids were plugged in, and I get it, man. You have
Mhm.
kids, and somebody's like, hey, here's a tablet.
Yeah. No, but I used to be guilty of that though
Yeah.
as a younger parent. And I
yeah.
was like, here's iPad, like I need to do stuff, like take
Yeah.
it. And now I see the importance of
Yeah.
just all these, like how technology has taken over. Even me, like I'm really guilty of just like getting addicted to my phone
Yeah,
sometimes.
scroll.
Yeah, I do. Like I have those days where I'm just
Yeah.
don't feel like doing anything and I'm like binge scrolling in
Yep.
bed and I'm like, okay, like I need to get up, I
Yeah.
need to stop doing this. And so now I have this app called Opal and I don't know if I told you about it last time, but you can like block the apps that you don't want to be on. So I'll block my socials and you can do it for like just a workflow, like
Okay.
and then if you want to get back on, it makes you take like deep breaths.
Okay.
And then you like you can get back on that way, but it makes you wait a little bit.
Yeah.
So I started doing that because I'm like, no, I don't
Yeah.
need to spend all my time. There's so many things that I have to do already. I'm like, why would I waste my time watching
It
other people?
it's easy to get sucked in,
Yeah, it is.
and it's a good escape.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you that little endorphin hit, right? It
Yeah,
gives you that little hit
yeah.
that we all our brains crave. That little
Yeah, the little TikTok videos that are
Yep.
funny.
And
I'm like,
it's
okay.
yeah, and it's easy to get sucked and go down that rabbit hole. So for us with our kids, we just say you get an hour a day.
Yeah.
Because if we tell them no tablet,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to end badly
Mm-hmm.
because we live in the real world.
Yeah.
So we tell them an hour a day. On special days, they might get an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And so they get that, but then they know they've got other things to do. Like we hope they'll be well rounded.
Yeah. That's how I am with
Yeah.
my kids too now.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have to do all your homework,
Yep.
make sure all the chores are
Yep.
done, and then you
Exactly.
can get some, but also you can't get it right before bedtime because
Yeah.
it's not
Yep.
good either.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Right. You know, all these
different
things.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
So
But then I
complicated.
mean, every once in a while, I'm like, I break the rule.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like you said, it's like the real
In the
world.
world, once in a while, that's fine. Hey, trust me, when we're driving down to South Padre,
Oh
yeah,
my
you know,
gosh,
y'all
yeah.
just plug in
Yeah.
and be quiet.
No, I just drove to South Padre. We went in June,
Mm.
like the end of June. Did y'all go recently
We
too?
didn't go this summer, but yeah,
Okay, I usually do though, right?
yeah, we like
Yeah.
we like South Padre.
Yeah, the 6 hour drive
But it's a
basically.
6 to 7 hour drive,
Yeah,
and when your
man.
kids are, you know, you've got kids. At some point, you're like, yeah, this is. I don't know how we survived. I don't know how I survived as a kid.
No, yeah, I was like, here's your iPads, and
Yeah.
then I give them a blanket and a little neck pillow. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. But we also
Yeah.
we drove there at night
Okay.
this time. So I was like, once it was like 9:30, I was like, give me them, go to sleep,
Yeah,
sleep in the car.
That's helpful.
Yeah,
That is helpful for sure.
yeah. So we were there for like 3 days, and we go all the time. So we just go with family, and we're just
It's a
chilling on
fun
the
place to
beach.
go. I mean,
Yeah.
I laugh because I have clients who move here from coastal states,
Oh,
and so
really?
they're always like, and they end up going down there, and of course, you know what they all say when they come back, right?
What do they
What
say?
do they say? Like, oh my gosh, these are crappy beaches.
Really? They say that about South Padre though?
Well, sure, because the water's not clear.
It's not as clear, but I feel
It's
like
better than Port A.
yeah, I was gonna
There's
say it's
no.
the best Texas beach.
Yes, it is. It is, and they till it every day, which is kind of nice. You come in the morning; it's all been tilled with the little like the John Deere tractors.
Yeah.
And so at least it's in good shape. But you know, the sand is not. I mean, I lived in Florida for a couple of years.
Oh,
When
okay.
I was little, you know, it's the white
The sand is
beaches.
beautiful,
Go to
yeah.
Destin, or if you go like to Alabama to Orange Beach, it's the sand is
It's
white
soft.
and
Yeah.
soft, and the water is like clear. You go down to South Padre, and it's like on a
It's
good day
hard.
the water's clear.
Yeah.
On a good day, clearish. But on a typical day, it's not the clearest water, and the
No.
beach is
It's
not
still
the.
blue, but it's
Yeah.
not your pretty clear blue.
Yeah, you're not looking through it to see the sharks before they bite you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's so funny because literally I posted that I was at South Padre and then my cousin was like, he had never been to South Padre, so he was like, oh, like you can't even tell that's a Texas beach. So for like us Texans, we're like, oh, it's so beautiful. But yeah,
Yeah.
like for the people that are moving here,
It's,
they're
it's
like,
all relative. You moved here from Southern California, you're like, and you know, you're like, yeah, that's not a beach.
yeah,
You
they're
know?
like that's the best you got. But Galveston, I will say, is like the worst one to go
Yeah.
to.
When you get the tar on there from
Yeah,
from the
that's
oil
different. I'm
rigs
like,
and-
ew.
yeah, it's definitely not the pretty. It's a getaway's a getaway, but it's perspective.
Yeah, yeah, gratitude. So important.
Exactly. So-
Yeah. So how's it? Let's talk about your YouTube channel.
Sure.
How is that going? And have you been doing anything different, or have you been able to post more and stuff like that?
So I love doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've talked about this. I love doing that stuff. So I'm trying to expand the brand. I guess you want to call it the brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the brand is greater than ATX or greater than Austin is my brand.
Yeah.
And I like to have that be all encompassing because it's not just about the real estate, but my original YouTube channel is greater than Austin. Greater than Austin, Round Rock and Beyond, real estate, Round Rock and Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really my channel that focuses on real estate, but also on the communities that surround Austin.
Yeah.
And that channel has been going for a while now. I just started a new channel, and I started on the Instagram. And I've been on Instagram, but I started more on Instagram reel called Greater Than ATX. And it's sort of a lifestyle thing. It's all what's happening. And you know, I'm not the only one doing it. Obviously, you've been on to, you know, there's tons of people out there, but it's kind of what's new, what's now, what's next in the greater Austin area.
Yeah.
And so it highlights restaurants and parks and things that are happening, events that are coming up. And so I've been doing that. I added a YouTube channel to that. Some of it's kind of fun to experiment.
Yeah.
Like, so I have that as like my Instagram channel. So I have 2 Instagram channels and then I have 2 YouTube channels. And I'm kind of monitoring them and seeing how they grow and develop. And it's been interesting, even doing a little bit in the AI world, right? So I got an avatar.
Are you doing the AI generated videos?
I am,
and stuff?
yeah,
Okay,
because
nice.
here's why. And it's so funny. So it's not my nature because I like to be in control of things. I like to be genuine. But what I started realizing is I can't produce enough content. I mean, realistically, I can't produce enough content unless that's all I do.
Yeah.
Right. And most people who are in real estate who also do a legitimate social media presence will tell you like there's a lot of work.
Dude, yeah.
And I like to joke, I'm still small time. So I don't have a videographer. I don't have an editor. I don't have a script writer, right? Chat is my friend because he helps me write my scripts. I mean, I give him the information or the articles. So yeah, so I did on one of my channels, I am experimenting with, I went ahead and went to HeyGen and got my avatar, went to 11 Labs and
Oh, okay. I'm
cloned
doing
my
HeyGen
voice.
right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. And cloned my voice and then I get the scripts and I put them in there. And what I found is, I mean, I oversee all of it, but what I found is I can get a lot more information out to people and be a lot more helpful.
Yeah.
By doing that. What's crazy is I have a couple friends who've called me recently. They're like, dude, your video stuff is really getting good. Like, how do you find the time? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you're doing like 2 videos a day, bro. Like, how do you even, are you not doing real estate and stuff anymore? I'm like, no, I am. They're like, wow, that's amazing. I'm like, dude, it's AI. They're like, it's what? They're like, no, it's not. I go, yeah, that's not me, dude. That's literally not me. And they're like, I didn't even know. And they're like blown away.
Wait, so it has like, okay, because I just got HeyGen, so I haven't made a video with it yet. So I had questions about it. I'm using InVideo right now, but I'm trying to get to HeyGen. So does it like actually take your picture?
Record. So you record like you just set it up on the camera. It records like I don't know, 2 minutes, a minute. I don't remember of you reading. Like you just generic script. It doesn't care about the reading part because you're not going to use that, but it gets your facial expressions and how your body language moves and everything.
Yeah.
And then it creates that avatar. And then of course I go to 11 Labs and I plug in a script and it gives me the file and I merge the two together.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are times where it glitches, like I'll be talking like this, and also go, get a little squeak.
Yeah, like AI is not perfect.
And my wife's helping me, and she's like, we have to redo it. I'm like, no, we don't have to redo it. Like, literally, it's 85% perfect. Let's not worry about it.
Yeah.
But it is cool because I can get a lot more information out to people, and that's what I like about it. Now, on my Greater Than Austin Real Estate channel, which is a little more real estate driven, I'm still a little more actual FaceTime.
So there's no AI on that one?
There's a little bit, I'll be honest.
Oh, okay,
it's just to optimize my time, right? So if I do an Austin video for Greater Than ATX, it's about Austin, but this is awesome, and it's relative to the Round Rock area or Cedar Park or Georgia. I'll share it on there because why not repurpose it, right?
Yeah.
Why not share it? People need information for both anyway.
Yeah.
But I try to do more actual me on the YouTube channel for sure is me.
Yeah.
Right. But I've been playing with, and you're already familiar with like aspect ratios, like, vertical format versus right.
That's what I've struggled with.
Okay. So YouTube, because it's a horizontal format, is pretty much the only horizontal format.
Yeah.
Legit. Everyone else does like TikTok and
long
Instagram
form, like
does the
nice,
916.
yeah.
So, but YouTube Shorts also does the 916. So, like, I do a ton of YouTube Shorts, like and I don't know if it benefits.
No, it actually does doing YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, I think it benefits the algorithm a little bit, right? And so, my one newer channel, I haven't even made a video, a real video.
They're all
shorts. No, they're all shorts.
Oh, okay.
They're all shorts. I get like 7,000 views a month, which isn't much, but I get like 7,000 views a month right now, and I've never made a single actual long form video on there.
Oh, wow. So we're actually doing that right now too.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing both. So we just have one YouTube channel, and I've thought about like doing another one, but
it's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot to manage, and so we have we pump out like our podcast on there, but then we also have AI generated shorts.
Yep.
And so those shorts are getting a lot of traction. And so, just like it's so easy because you just like go on InVideo. And before I was doing it myself, now we have the VA that's also tasked with doing that. But he is literally just putting the script. Well, I actually do the script, and then I like put it in the little content thing for him. And then he copies and pastes it, makes a video. Throws our logo on there, puts a little call to action at the end, and then they're all there, and he puts them, and I schedule them for the month. But
see, that's perfect. And what's cool about that, like some people think, oh, that's cheating, or that's like, that's not authentic. It's like, hold on, I can't get you all that much information
at once
if it's me.
Yeah.
Because if I want to look halfway decent, now if I'm just going to film like live, I guess I could, but I mean, that's not really realistic. So to me, this is a great way to get people information, to build that connection, the relationship, and get to know people, even if it's AI.
And it's still like you know that information, so it's like I mean it's still trustworthy. It's like it's just not me saying it. But
hey, you know what? 2 years from now, I'm willing to bet you the majority of everything on social media will be AI.
Yeah,
2 years, if even that. I mean, I'll be shocked. I mean, it's advancing so fast.
So fast.
It's a little scary.
No, it is. Because sometimes, like when I get on Facebook, I'll see like videos, and I'm like, I can usually tell when something is AI. Like you can tell, but there are some where I'm like, Yeah. Like, and then I like read the comments, and some people are like, "My grandma would think this is real."
Yeah, right.
And so
No,
then I
it's
start to feel bad for like the little bit the older generation because I'm like, yeah, my grandma, if she saw that, she probably would believe it.
yeah.
So I'm like, man, it's
My
crazy. Just
my dad passed away about 12 years ago, and I
Mhm.
took this picture from him. And my oldest daughter is 12, so he passed away just a couple months before she was born. So never got to
Okay.
meet, which is super heartbreaking. But
Yeah.
I took this picture of him when I was messing with the AI. I took the
Oh.
picture and I wrote this little script, and then it actually made the picture come to life where he was
He was
talking.
talking. Oh my gosh.
Super
Oh
creepy.
my
Like, my
gosh.
kids don't understand. My wife and I are like, whoa. I'm like, I'm gonna send it to my mom, and my wife is like, do not send that to your mom,
Yeah.
because it was like, hey kids, I'm sorry I wasn't around to meet y'all, and
Oh my goodness. That
and
is
I'm
like
like,
so like bittersweet
it, it,
though.
it
Like that's
is. It's cool, but
crazy.
it's crazy you can do that. And
Hmm.
what's really crazy is all the deep fake stuff that they're trying to fight right now, right? Because people can do that and say people. I mean, you see a video of Michael Jordan or Caitlin Clark, someone bad mouthing people, and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe they're saying. Oh, wait a
It's
minute,
not even
wait a
real.
minute, that's not
Yeah. It's
them.
crazy.
Yeah, crazy. The technology is
So
awesome
advanced.
and also a little scary at the same time.
Yeah.
But it'll, like I said, a couple of years, I think it's going to be so commonplace. So for me, I want to get ahead of it because it makes sense to get information out there and be able to work with people, right?
Yeah. And also
So
too, it's like why would I need who wants to work harder, right? Like if it can take
work
away
smarter.
like this, yeah, like
Yeah,
literally work smarter, not harder.
yeah,
If it can do my job and make my life easier, then
yeah.
like why not?
Yeah, because you're still doing your job.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's not like we're not doing our job. It'd be one thing if you just like could push a button and say, I want this, and then just walk away and never look at it, never leave.
Again, yeah.
And then like, and there are reels like I'll be honest, there's reels that, because my wife does a lot of that back end stuff for me right now, they will put out and I'll be like watching, I'll go, oh, that's a pretty good reel. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Like, wow.
I should probably know that. I'll watch my own Instagram just to learn some stuff. So
No, like I was saying, I was like, I don't like to watch myself sometimes. So I'm
yeah,
like, I watch it one time and then I'm like, eh.
I don't either. Like, and I'm like, okay, my business, and again, I feel like I badmouth realtors. I shouldn't do this. My business, there's a lot of vanity in my business,
No, I agree.
and you see
I
like,
shouldn't say that either because I work with Rose,
no, but it's true. I
but it
mean,
is true, yeah.
and they should and own it. Like if that's you, I mean, I'm not going to judge. Own it.
Mhm.
Like man, if you want you and your team to all wear like sleek black dresses and be sitting on this counter with a certain pose, and that's your
It's like
image,
aesthetic. Yeah.
by all means, that's you. Then be you. I don't have my picture on my business card. I don't have my picture on my yard sign that I put in there. Like I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about my clients and the people I work with.
Yeah.
And I realized there's like, well, but you have to have your picture to connect. Yeah, I'm sorry. If they go on social media, if they go on anything else, they see all that stuff. If they go to greaterthanaustin.com, I'm there.
Yeah.
I can't not be there.
Yeah.
I don't have to be everywhere. And so for me, like I'm like I get where you're saying that, because like it's like, oh, I don't want a picture of me.
Yeah.
Or if I do, can it be from 20 years ago when I was younger and not old and broken? Like that would be kind of nice. And then
Yeah.
you see the realtors who are like their picture was like you see their picture and they're like, oh, she's about 10 years younger than me. Then you meet her and like, wait, she's about 15 years older than me.
You're like, that's not you.
That was 25 years ago. I don't
Wow.
blame a man holding on to it, right? But
Yeah.
it's funny world we live in. So when I first started doing YouTube, I
Mhm.
would literally memorize.
The script.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And sometimes it was like 4 minutes long. And obviously I had to
Yeah.
know the material. But then I was like, okay. Then I went to start doing what they call jump cuts, which is where you record, right, cut it. And so I started doing that. So then I'd have like my paper, I'd be reading it, and I'd put down, so anyway, and I'd read it again, I'd cut it all
So
up
I
in
had the same
pieces.
problem. I don't know if you go on our YouTube channel and you go to like the first videos, I was like in this little room and it had
Yep.
like a neon sign.
Yeah.
Um, like I had just got started. I didn't know what to get. Like this is a complete like come up
Yeah.
compared to like the very beginning. And I had the same problem. And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to like memorize my script.
Yep.
And so I even had like my laptop behind like
Yep.
my phone filming.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to read it and like look at the phone at the same time. But I was like, they can tell that my
It's
eyes.
so hard.
It's so hard.
Yes.
But then I found this app. And so when I started recording on my phone, it's called BigVu,
Okay.
like BIGVU.
Yep.
And it has the script in there. And so it's like transparent while you're looking at your phone at the same time. And that was really helpful.
And-
So then
and-
you can still do the long form
Yep,
and
I
the
use
vertical.
teleprompter for that. Same thing when I'm reading it. If I'm going to read a script, I use
Yeah.
teleprompter, and then when I put it into CapCut,
Uh-huh.
then I just make it AI fix the eyes,
Oh.
because they might be a little, because it might be a little off. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember read the phone. It looks kind of sterile. Where you're like in the thing in Round Rock.
Yeah.
So then when you put the
You
AI,
see your eyes like going
Yep.
that
So then
way.
of course when you do the AI thing, it's like, boop, your eyes are perfect.
Yeah.
You're starting right.
Wow.
So
And it doesn't look like fake at all?
no, not even
Wow.
close. CapCut not to give CapCut a plug, but CapCut is probably the best. I mean, I think the
Yeah.
paid version of CapCut is one of the best editing softwares I've ever seen. If I was a little smarter, I could make even better videos.
Yeah.
Because I know CapCut has the potential, so I just do the best I can
No,
on
I
those.
do. I use CapCut too, but now that I don't have to anymore.
Yeah,
But
now you're big time. You got an editor.
yeah.
What
I
do you
talk
got?
to you about that because
Yes.
some people, don't know. And so honestly, even though I do work in insurance and real estate, I haven't really been updating myself with like what's going on with the market. And so for any other people that are in the same boat, I did see that like it's obviously not doing so well again, and it's really hard for people that are trying to buy homes. So can you kind of just give like a breakdown of the
Sure.
market right now?
Oh, sure. So the market now, if I was a, if I might say, oh, the market's great. The market's not great, but here's what the market is right now. First of all, interest rates are, in the mid to high sixes right now. So that's been the biggest thing.
It
And
is a little better than it was
yeah,
because
it's
it was
gotten
a
better.
7.
It has. There's a fear factor, right? People are uncertain what's going on, so a lot of buyers are holding on because they don't know.
Yeah.
They're not sure. There's uncertainty is the scariest thing when it comes to that. So what's kind of been happening in the market, and I will tell you this, I'll preface all this by saying, if I was a buyer, I mean, I don't know how else to say it, I would get off my ass and buy a house right now. And the reason I say that is because, yeah, you might, let's just say you're going to pay 7% interest, which, sounds super high. But that house 3 years ago was $80,000 more than it is today.
Yeah.
And if you take the math and you go, okay, 7%, let's say, versus 6%, and then like 80,000, you win all day long. Now, there's other variables, of course, right? There's what your monthly payment's going to be. There's what your 401k is doing, which is freaking you out right now. So there's that, which is causing people, there's the unknown of the future, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But to me, and I hate the term, I don't know if you've ever heard this term, marry the house.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say that. I was like, people always say date the rate
It
house.
is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And no offense, if you're a realtor who uses that, quit using it. Seriously, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But it's cliche. It sounds great, whatever. Yada, yada. But what they're saying is, if you can save $80,000 on the house, but you're going to pay a little more for the interest rate, if you're in the position to do it, then do it. Because then if 3 years down the road, rates are down at 5.5, then yeah,
You can
refi.
refinance.
And that's why they say that. I hate that cliche, but that's why they say it. But it's like right now, selling is a challenge. Technically, if you're looking at Austin, we're probably a balanced market, right? We have 4.5 to 5 months of inventory, which freaks people out because during the COVID crazy, we had like 4 or 5 days of inventory.
Yeah.
How many houses were on the market that you could have? So that was crazy. But 4 to 5 months is actually a very balanced market. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the other uncertainties that are freaking people out. I have told more than one client, don't sell your house if you don't have to. Like I've had clients say, I want to sell now. You're not in a position. So you bought in 2022. You bought at the peak.
Yeah.
Don't sell today, right? But I have other clients who are selling their house. It just takes a little longer. Houses are sitting on the market longer. If you price them correctly, and there's still neighborhoods that are really good. So you can go a million directions when you talk about what the market's doing. But in the short answer would be, if you're a buyer and you're in a position to buy, I would be all over that today because you have so many options.
Yeah.
You can find the house you want in the neighborhood you want and for a better price than you would normally pay. And then you have a higher rate, but it all works out at the end. And there's
Yeah.
other financing options, which lenders will talk to you about, where you can get the rate bought down for a couple of years to give you some breathing room. And sellers will negotiate that because they want to sell their house,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so, and there's sellers who are selling who have a ton of equity. And I always tell sellers the same thing. It's like the stock market. Your stock's not worth what you think it is until you sell it. So if your stock went up to, like, say you bought it $10 a share and it was $100 a share, you're like, I got $100. But then when you go to sell it, it's $80 a share. You didn't lose that money. You never had it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with your house. If your house was worth $100,000 more 3 years ago, but you weren't in a position to sell it, you didn't lose that money. That's
Yeah.
just not where you were
Where
at.
it's at. Yeah.
So it's whatever it's worth when you're at that position. So I have plenty of sellers who are selling because they're like, hey, I have to move, job. Job's a big one, right? There's still some downsizers. People want to downsize.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Okay.
So the market, but it is challenging. It is
Yeah.
definitely challenging. It weeds out a lot of the people who in the industry who are not, I'm not saying not legit, but
Not serious.
who are
about-
not, yeah, because there's a serious grind involved. It's not a hobby.
Yeah.
Like the people who treat it as a hobby, and there are plenty.
Yeah, there are. I know some.
It's not a hobby, man. If you want, you can make a great living doing real estate, but it is just like anything else. It's a ton of work. It's a ton of late nights. It's a ton of long days.
Yeah.
It's a ton of grind. It's a ton of, hey, I can't go on that because I got this. If you get to a certain point, though, yeah, then it's got a pretty good lifestyle where you can say, I'm going to take the next 4 days off and go to the coast or whatever. So
That's good to know. Yeah, because a lot of people, I mean, of course, politics and all that play into it, and so everyone's like concerned, and
it
people are like, "This
does.
year was supposed to be good," and
Well,
then
and
it's
the media messes it up. If you're
yeah,
being honest, the media, because they want to get their clicks, right? So they want their clicks, and
so
so of
all
course
that fear,
they're gonna
yeah,
put it out there. They're gonna put out the doom and gloom, and there are some places where it's bad. There's some places where it's good, but
yeah,
overall, if you look back on real estate, it's a roller coaster. Always has been. You're probably not. Well, you're borderline old enough, but back in 2008, I mean,
yep,
the sky was falling. The end of the world had come, and we got through that. And this isn't as bad as well. I don't think this is as bad as that.
yeah,
And then you go back way back before any of us, maybe like the early 90s, there was a time back then. And then you go
yeah,
back then even further. My parents bought
yeah,
a house had a house built like in 1983. Their interest rate, what do you think it was?
I don't know.
20%.
Really? Oh my
Their
gosh!
their mortgage interest rate was 20% when they.
Wow.
So when I
How
hear,
much was the house?
yeah, well, the house actually it's a pretty nice house, but the house was probably that's the thing. The house was probably less than $200,000, right? So the house was way less expensive, but the interest was sky high. And then they were so excited, like in the late '80s, they refied down to like 11% or 12%.
Man, oh my
I know.
goodness, that's
So
still so
so when you
crazy.
think
Still,
about that, you're like, wait, people are complaining about 7%.
yeah,
Well, yeah, because it's all perspective, right? A few
yeah,
years ago, when you could get a 3% loan, they're like, oh my gosh, that's more than double. Why would I ever want a 7% loan?
yeah,
The average, if you go over the last however many decades, the average is in the sixes. That's normal. We're in a normal interest rate. So the
yeah,
best thing we could have ever had happen was for not to drop down to 3%
yeah,
4 years ago. If the interest rates had never gotten below, say, 4%, we would have been way better off today. But
yeah.
it is what it is.
And so because that happened, people hold on to that, and they're like,
They hold on to it, and because of that, I mean, well, you can go down a deep rabbit hole of the economy
all
and the
that,
Fed
yeah.
and all that stuff. But
We here for a long
but we
time.
did a whole day conversation. But basically, they screwed it up at governmental level by going so low, and so there's a rebound effect.
Yeah,
You got to pay the price sometime, right? I mean, that's what we're doing right now. So unfortunately, they could have tweaked it, and they didn't,
yeah,
and probably just greed. And now we're paying the price, and this year or next it'll reset, and it'll be right back on track, and
yeah.
things will be normal.
That's what I always tell people. I'm like, there's a storm before every rainbow, you know? So I'm like,
It's
people
true.
freak out, but I'm like, it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Like, it has to get worse before it
Yeah,
gets better.
yeah, absolutely. I would take a balanced market over what we dealt with in COVID, the COVID crazy. So I'm like, oh, it's so great, sold so many houses. Yeah, I did a ton of business, but you know what? It was chaos.
Yeah,
And people were buying houses they shouldn't have bought for prices they shouldn't have paid.
yeah,
In cities like Austin, Boise, Nashville. I mean, those were the hot spots to go because cute little college town Austin. Let's go buy a house for $250,000. Coming from California, where our crack house is like 1.2 million. I mean,
yeah.
we'll come buy 4 houses in Austin. Didn't realize about property taxes, but that's all right. So and that's unfortunate because
Yeah.
all these little towns like Austin, that's what happened to us.
Yeah,
We got overrun during COVID, and then it went so far the other way.
yeah,
If you look at the graphs, kind of stuff. If you just take out that little section, we're right where we're supposed to be. Like with yearly price increases and everything, we're right where we're supposed to be.
yeah,
I tell people, people don't realize like Round Rock house prices a year ago compared to today have gone up 4.5%.
really?
People think house prices just dropped everywhere,
Yeah,
but in Round Rock, the prices have gone up.
yeah,
And so, oh wait, how's that possible? Well, because there's demand. Is there a lot of houses on the market? Yes, but there's still enough demand, and house prices have still gone up. So it's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I'm just getting so many people out here and stuff like that. Everything plays a factor.
Yes, and as soon as the things get better, this area will start growing again.
Yeah,
It
for
will.
sure.
We're not done.
Yeah, no, I feel like we're still like in the beginning.
If we're done, they better stop the construction right now. Can they just take care of I-35 and get it done?
No, I
so
know
can just have
because
a
like
nice
when
smooth
is
drive?
that gonna get done? It's taking
Never.
forever.
Feels like it's been years, decades.
I'll be old by the time
Yes.
I-35 is done.
Seriously, I drive it every day.
Yeah,
Every day, yes.
yeah. I'm like since I was a kid. They've been working.
And they will be forever. No, that's always a joke, right? In Texas,
Yeah,
once they finish one section, they just start over the next.
yeah.
start
I
over.
always see all the I-35 memes, but
Yes.
wouldn't be Austin and yeah, Texas
Be honest,
without
without
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, it seems like everything is doing well for you with YouTube and all that
Hmm.
stuff and like your AI and Instagram and stuff. So what have you seen since you've started your new channels? Because they're fairly new, right? Like the
Really
ones
new,
that,
less than a month, yeah.
yeah,
Like just a
okay.
few weeks.
Oh wow. So how have you seen like what have you noticed in a month, I guess?
So,
I know it usually takes like
no,
3 months
yeah,
sometimes. So
and
it's
it's hard to be patient, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. This is so great. We're doing this thing, and you want it to just explode. And that's not how it works, right? And then you see other people doing it. And I know people who I follow or people who I've seen some of my inspiration for the way I'm doing it.
You start to
And,
compare.
or they're like, oh, it's great. It's like there's a guy out of Florida who's really a smart guy. And he's like, I got 22,000 followers in 3 months. I'm like, dude, that's amazing. So of course you start seeing that. And you're like, and it's easy. All you got to do is this. And I'm like, no, it's not easy.
Yeah,
But I think it's just consistency. I think that's been
I
my
agree.
thing. It's just a matter of, and it's constantly tweaking.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny. Like, now my wife is awesome at, and almost, bless her heart, almost too much. Where, okay, I don't think that's the best font. I think it needs to be this font. Or I'm like, oh my god, I don't
Yeah.
care what font it is. Just pick a font. Let's make some reels.
That's how
But
women are, though.
yes,
We're
I
like
know,
very
I know.
specific.
And it's awesome, right? I think
Yeah.
it's great. I do. I think getting the right color and getting the right font. I think that's all super important. Love that she does that for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I am very much a guy. I'm like, let's just put it out there and get
You're
it
like,
out
who
there.
cares?
And no one's gonna care if it's Montserrat or Sands. I mean, no one's gonna care.
Yeah.
It does look better though. If you do want to get the correct look. And my goal is to do this long term. Like to do that part of it long term.
Yeah, it's fun too.
It is fun, and it's a fun way. So I will say this about real estate: there's a lot of right ways to do it. There are people who literally go to networking events, like actual social networking events, and that's their whole business. And they go 5 networking events a week, right? Shaking hands, kissing babies, and that's awesome. There's people who buy leads. Right, so people go on Zillow and they're like, "Hey, I'd like to see this house." And all of a sudden, that lead goes out, and that agent grabs it and calls them. And there's people whose whole business is based on calling people.
Yeah.
There's people whose whole business is based on open houses. And this whole new section of business is social media.
Yeah.
Now I jumped into YouTube early. Now what I wish I had done, and I am guilty of this, is my YouTube started to take off. I got busy, and what do you think
You
happened?
lost the consistency.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. I lost the consistency, right?
Yeah.
You can't lose the consistency. So maybe it takes longer, but you just have to be consistent with whatever it is, whether it's one time a week on YouTube or whether it's once a day on Instagram.
Yeah.
And what a lot of realtors will do, like, oh my God, Jeff, can you teach me how to do YouTube? I'm like, yeah, of course. I mean, someone taught me. I'm happy. I mean, there's enough to go around. But what I learned a couple of years ago, especially with YouTube, I'm like, yeah, I ain't teaching you because I'm going to teach you. And you're going to do it for like less than 3 weeks and then go, this is work. I'm done.
Yeah.
And so I'm done. I'll give you some advice. I'll point you in the right direction. Here, go watch Karen Carr. She's awesome. I'll go watch her videos, and she'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
Because I just realized that it ends up being work,
Yeah.
and most people get frustrated because maybe they do it for 6 months, and they're like, "Well, I put out like one video every
didn't
other
get
week for
enough."
6 months. I didn't get anything."
Yeah.
It was 8 months before I got my first lead off of
Yeah.
YouTube. 8 months of
People don't like to wait. They just like
every
patience.
week. For
Yeah.
8 months, I did a video, but back when I started with YouTube. And I was like, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's
Yeah.
gonna, my wife's like, hey, ain't gonna work. I'm like, it's gonna work. And all of a sudden, one day, 8 months in, my phone rang. Hey, I was watching your video on Hutto, and I got a couple questions. And of course, I'm like a little kid, like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, what's going on?
like no big deal. I get calls all the time.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm always helping people like you. How can I help you out? Anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm talking to the guy, and like literally, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to be in town a week from Friday, and I don't know if Hutto's the best spot." But then he pauses. He goes, "But if I'm being honest, I went back and binge watched like almost all your videos." I'm like, wow, bless your heart, you had some time to kill. And he's like, so he started asking all these questions. He goes, "Can you meet me next Friday?" I'm like, "Dude, I will meet you. We'll grab a coffee."
Like, I'll meet you right now.
And right, I said, I'll put it in my schedule. And so sure enough, he flew into town from New Orleans, and we drove around. I found him a house that weekend, and he moved like 30 days later. He moved in. Literally, he hadn't even closed on the house. And he's like, "Hey, my neighbor from New Orleans is also going to move here. I gave him your number. He's going to call you."
Oh man.
His neighbor
that's
called me.
awesome.
Then he moved here, and then they were both living here. And like, hey, our friend lives in Austin, but he lives in an apartment. Him and his wife want to buy a house, and that's also the
Awesome.
power of YouTube.
Yeah.
But it took 8 months of every week filming.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to
And
do that.
most people, most realtors were lazy. We are. I'm sorry, we're lazy.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that sometimes. Like, oh,
It's like one more thing to do, one more task.
so like I quit going to happy hours with title companies a long time ago. But most realtors would rather go to happy hour with the title company or go to some special event, and that's great too because you meet other realtors. Like we're a great community, but like that's not my thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to go hang out with my family. I'm going to go hang out with my clients.
Yeah.
That's who I'm going to hang out with. I'm going to hang out with people who might become my clients.
Yeah, exactly. And I
You
feel
know.
like it should be that way. I mean, networking is great and it does work, but
I get referrals from other realtors.
yeah.
Like, hey, they live in the city, they live in San Marcos. Like, hey, I know someone's moving to Georgetown. Thought of you. I'm like, yeah, I'll help you out. I get them from back west, like into the Seattle area. I have some connections. Out in Houston, I have some connections. And so we're a tight community in that regards, right? But
Yeah.
within Austin, I don't know how many realtors there are, but there's tens of thousands of realtors.
Oh, there's so
Tens of thousands of
many.
licensees, I should say.
Yeah,
And how many are active? That's a different story.
that's true.
Yeah, because there's a lot that got their license, they keep it because, you know, maybe
You never
Uncle Timmy
know.
wants to buy a property, so I'm going to have my license so I can help Uncle Tim buy his property.
Yeah, I actually
And
have a few that do stuff
which,
like that as well.
which I'm sorry, like if you're not active in the business, like all the contract stuff, all the law stuff that changes every year, man, yeah.
I can imagine how tough that is, but to each their own.
To each their own. No,
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah. Well, before we do close off, is there anything else that you want to like talk about or not talk about, but like, well, yeah, talk about, but also like tell the viewers and
Hey, I would love the follow on Greater Than ATX. If you go to Instagram, I mean, look, I'm trying to build a channel. If I'm being honest, I'm trying to build a channel,
yeah,
right?
of course.
So,
Look at his shirt. Look at the
but
logo.
yeah, seriously, and I sell the merch too.
Yeah.
You can go to greaterthanaustin.com. But seriously, that. I guess that's my biggest thing is just trying. And again, I don't. How do I say this politely? I don't necessarily care if you do business with me. Like if you want, you know, if I'm going to be your realtor, I mean, if I'm your personality and you're like listening, oh, this guy is kind of a smart ass. He's cynical, but he seems like he's authentic, and that meets someone's goal.
Yeah.
I'd love to connect with those people. But in the short term, I'd love just to have people follow Greater Than Austin or Greater Than ATX.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I
go to
mean,
the
you put out
website, go to
great
the Reels.
informative content. So.
Well, I appreciate. Thank you. It's
Yeah.
you know it's fun to do that. It really is, and it's fun to build a following. I think it feels like you're making a difference. I think that's you know what's been all over social media for the last like 2-3 weeks since July 4th.
The floods.
Yes,
Yeah.
all over, right? Oh my gosh. And it'd be really easy to go down that content trail. And I've put a few things out supporting it because it's like, hey, this is super important. But
Yeah.
you know, now for a lot of us, we're moving forward.
Yeah.
And I still breaks my heart for all this. Well, so I've done my part to try to help fundraise and do things down there. But now it's like for a while, that's all that was on social media.
No, I remember.
Oh, it was like,
we're still
wow.
kind of barely getting over it.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be
Yeah.
a long time. And for people down there, it's going to be even longer time. But
Yeah.
but you know, again, it's like anything. Life still goes on, and we still keep moving forward. So, like, I put some content out for that. And now I'm trying to get back to content still for that, but also just what's happening.
Yeah.
There's so many things changing, and you see it. So
Yeah.
that's what I want people to follow. If you follow my content, you'll see what's changing, what's now happening, what's going to be happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
This area is constantly evolving, and so it's cool for people to have a source to go and go, hey, what is new?
Yeah.
What's coming down the road? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what's wrong with this thing here? I mean,
Yeah.
so
Gotta
you
stay
know,
up to
I'm
date.
trying to hit all the angles from the coolest restaurants because there's so many great. I mean,
Oh man, Austin is a good foodie town. I love it.
so like I said, I don't get how much, but there are so many great restaurants to go to. So many, and so many fun things. If you're a family person, there's so many fun things to do.
Yeah.
If you're a single person, there's so many fun things to do. If you're a techie, if you're a
There's so many clubs, got run
Yeah.
clubs, got
Yeah.
just socials and all
Yeah.
these different things. And you get the nature, you get the city, like
And it doesn't even matter, like, you could be over 65, and there's tons of things for people over 65 to do. Like, people think of it as this cool young tech town. It is.
yeah.
But there's also tons of cool things. Like, shoot, just go out to Dripping Springs. I'm just going to say, if you're in your 50s, go out
Yeah.
to Dripping Springs and sit down at one of the distilleries. I mean, that's like the distillery capital of Central Texas.
Yeah.
It's amazing out there. It's 25, 30 minutes from Austin. So there's so much in this area to do.
No,
I
there's
love
so
sharing it.
much. And it's free. There's free things
Yep.
to do. There's things that cost, but like you got your balance. It's
Yeah.
what makes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, so I guess that'd be my pitch.
Yeah.
Follow the Premium Perspective
follow us
podcast.
in
Follow this.
Perspective.
Give them a shout out because I appreciate you all having me on today. I think it's super fun.
Yeah, of
I
course.
love
I
when
love
we collab
having
and
you.
do stuff. It's super cool.
And just talking to you. You're a great vibe. Good to talk to. So if you need a realtor.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. We're on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube.
Till next time.
All right. Till next time.
Peace.
Bye, guys.